Hi Sagittarius, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of August 2022. If you could please subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. This is such a frenzied, volatile time. We ended the month of July with a bang, and we're going to begin the month of August with a bang. Uranus, which is the planet of brilliance, chaos, and the unexpected, met up with the North Node of Destiny on July 31st at 18 degrees of the fixed Earth sign of Taurus. And Uranus takes 84 years to transit and has not met up with the nodes of fate in Taurus and Scorpio since 1939, when it joined up with the South Node of Karma in January of 1939. And so obviously it doesn't happen very frequently. And it is a time of a lot of anxiety. It raises one's anxiety. It can be incredibly illuminating. It can bring opportunities out of the blue that are very exciting, but it definitely raises anxiety and tension and brings instant chaos and instant change. And that is a big energy that we are all feeling. For you, this unusual pairing occurred in your house of work and health and daily routine. And this is a wake-up call. If you're not tending to your work in a way you should be, what do you need to change? Maybe the change has been made for you. Maybe you find innovative ways to do things that you haven't yet done. Maybe you need to take better care of your health, and you're getting a wake-up call in that area because it is the house of health and daily regimen. But ways to take care of yourself, and just break through and break out of negative habits. The Sun and Mercury are transiting in the fixed fire sign of Leo in your house of hope, manifesting, teaching, and learning, and optimism. This is optimistic energy for tapping into faith and hope and learning and seeking adventure. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is transiting in the cardinal water sign of Cancer in your house of joint resources, death and rebirth, as well as intimacy and healing. This is good energy for bringing financial opportunities and healing wounds around loss and depression, and all of us have experienced something like that in the last couple of years. So that's a helpful energy. Venus is a benefic. And so we begin this month with very strong Uranian energy, which will continue throughout the month. Brilliance, but also anxiety and chaos, and we're all working with those factors in tandem. And how do we reconcile that? Well, I don't know. I'm wearing Labradine. I'm trying, but it's find ways to ease your mind, because it's going to be intense, and it is intense. So we begin the month on August 1st, and Mars, which is the planet of war and willpower, meets up with Uranus the day after Uranus met up with the North Node of Fate. And that can be a violent aspect. It can definitely be very intense. And for you, this is occurring in your house of work. So perhaps there's tension at the workplace or stress, and use this to take innovative action, lay low from others. That's for all of us, kind of lay low with this energy. On August 2nd, Venus forms a helpful aspect to Uranus. That could bring helpful financial and work opportunities for you. On August 4th, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, enters the mutable Earth sign of Virgo, where it will be through August 25th, transiting in your house of career and public image. And this is excellent for communication of all forms, for pitching ideas, for marketing, and for dealing with negotiations. So this is excellent for you professionally, for doing a lot of commerce and business. On August 7th, Venus, which is the planet of love and beauty, forms a beautiful aspect to Neptune, which is the planet of dreams and imagination. That could be good for you for financial opportunities, but it also could be good for dealing with family and domestic issues. But on that day, Mars squares Saturn, which can feel like a roadblock. So tap into the creativity and the love of Venus and Neptune in harmony, and just take it slowly and keep going. On August 7th, what happens on August 7th? On August 7th, the sun makes a beautiful trine to Chiron, the wounded healer. And that is good for tapping into hope and optimism. But late on August 8th and early on August 9th, Venus opposes Pluto, and that can bring power struggles, and that can be challenging energy. And for you, maybe there are power struggles with siblings, or you get news where it challenges you. So just kind of know that that energy is a bit intense and it can bring endings. So, don't look for a fight with that if you want to keep peace. On August 11th, there is a lot going on. The sun squares Uranus. That can be a bit chaotic, a lot of activity. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, enters the fixed fire sign of Leo, where it will be through September 5th, transiting in your house of life experience and hope and adventure. Good for travel, good for taking classes, good for tapping into hope. And then Mars, which is the planet of action, forms a helpful aspect to Neptune. That's good for taking creative action and finding creative solutions. There is a full moon that takes place at 6:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 19 degrees and 21 minutes of the fixed air sign of Aquarius. And we are in the new age of Aquarius. Saturn has been transiting in Aquarius since December 17th, 2020. For you in your house of local community, learning, gathering information, sales, commerce, and research. And that has been a direction for you to get more involved in your community, to learn more, to gather more information. And with this said, Saturn entered this point in the sky in the beginning of March of this year, and it'll exceed that degree in the beginning of December. So reframing your thinking also. What are you trying to learn? What are you trying to ground in your life? And, hasn't been easy. So that's the full moon setting that off. Then on August 14th, the sun opposes Saturn, and maybe you feel a little overwhelmed, maybe you feel a little tired with that energy. On the 16th, Mercury forms a very helpful aspect to Uranus, and that is a very innovative and inventive energy, excellent for you for career and work opportunities, and really innovating magic out of the blue. On August 18th, the two benefics are in harmony, and that is lovely. Venus forms a beautiful trine to Jupiter, the luckiest planet. And a trine is when both planets are 120 degrees apart, and that is a lucky flow of energy. So that is lovely energy for tapping into optimism and faith and hope, creativity and love. On August 21st, Mercury opposes Neptune. There could be confusion or deception with relatives or at your workplace, at your career. Likely it could be misunderstandings, but challenges with communication. On August 24th, Uranus stations retrograde. That is a big deal. And it retrogrades at, when does it retrograde? Wait a minute, there's a bigger deal before that. I neglected to say, on August 20th, Mars enters the mutable air sign of Gemini, and it's going to be there until March 26th of 2022. It's going to be there a long time. It's going to retrograde on October 30th at 25 degrees and 37 minutes of the mutable air sign of Gemini. It will station direct on January 12th at 8 degrees and 8 minutes of Gemini. And then it leaves Gemini altogether at the end of March. It also will be out of bounds, which means it exceeds the sun's outer limits and does not play by the rules. For you, Mars is transiting in your house of partnerships and relationships, and it's a review period of how you can be more successful in partnering with others. And right now, really, it's a drive and a big focus for you as you get mid-late month. And it could be professionally, it could be romantically, it could be with relatives, but partnering in different ways that are productive. And again, when it retrogrades, making decisions on what you need to improve in that area, I suppose. And you don't want to start anything when Mars is retrograde. That's a big deal. You don't launch something new. You either return to something or you fix up something, or you plan for when you want to launch something new. And again, Mars is retrograde from October 30th until January 12th. That is not a time to launch something new altogether. Going to August 24th, Uranus stations retrograde at 18 degrees and 55 minutes of the fixed Earth sign of Taurus. We feel the buildup 5 days before, we feel it 5 days after. Chaos, sudden change. Uranus rules earthquakes, literal and metaphorical. For you, again, it occurs in the house of work. So likely July and August has had a lot of activity at work and maybe a lot of change, I would imagine, and perhaps a lot of stress. And finding innovative solutions in this time and recognizing the middle of August, end of August, is going to be pretty hectic with the Uranian themes so prevalent the entire month, and with the outer planets stationing, it really rumbles things up. On August 25th, Mercury enters the cardinal air sign of Libra, where it will be through September 23rd, transiting in your house of friends and groups and community. Good for making connections if you're trying to promote your business. Good for making connections socially and meeting new people. Good if you're looking for a job to get out there and promote yourself as well. And then on August 26th, Venus squares Uranus. That could bring unexpected twists and turns at work. Could be very creative and exciting opportunities, but it could be a bit chaotic. On August 27th, there is a new moon that takes place at 4:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 4 degrees and 4 minutes of the mutable Earth sign of Virgo in your house of career and life goals. And the new moon is always a time to set intentions and plant new seeds. On that day, the sun squares Mars. Use that to propel you to take action. Definitely visualize your intentions, do the law of abundance, focus on your goals. On August 28th, Venus opposes Saturn. You might get challenging news, and that can be a breakup energy or just difficulties with partnerships and finances. So recognize that as well. On August 29th, the North Node of Karma sets off Chiron, the wounded healer, and this is an opportunity for healing and doing healing work. This is a very intense time. It's hard to do these videos right now because I am practically jumping out of my seat, and I'm sure you feel it too. I wish you a lot of luck, and thank you so much. Take care.